Hello, everyone, and welcome to Boise Entrepreneurship Week, Women in Entrepreneurship Week, the Women in Entrepreneurship program brought to you by Boise State and the College of Business Economics.
That was a lot to say.
That was a bit too much for a mouthful.
Karen, you did great, though.
Thank you. I'm sitting here with Liza Roeser, and Lisa, I'll ask you to introduce yourself quickly, and then I'll introduce myself, and we'll get chatting.
Okay, I'm Liza Roeser, and I am the CEO and founder of Farm Exports, 50Flowers, and Flower Fix. 3 brands now. Just 3. I mean, I would like to say 33, but 3 right now. And basically, each one of them it's a different funnel that we sell into, and it has a different platform on how we go. I have been an entrepreneur basically since I was born.
Okay.
And I am here to encourage every woman, male, being out there. You can do it. Entrepreneurship is not easy. However, if it's in your DNA, like it is mine, if you're a trailblazer, if you're a visionary, you need to go do it.
Awesome. Way to go. My name is Karen Nicholas. I teach at the College of Business Economics in strategy, entrepreneurship, and change management. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons Lisa and I are here today is to talk about change and talk about change that you want to have happen in your company. And when you know, or when you think you may know, you want to have that change. And change that happens, and especially we're here during COVID. Lisa and I are 6 feet apart. We're trying to be very cautious in these COVID times.
We are.
So we've had to change. Everybody's had to change in the last year, and it's been a nightmare. Well, on the whole, it's been a nightmare. Let's just talk about some change that maybe you were able to drive. You were able to decide on your change. And I'm thinking about the last time we talked, I think you only had 2 companies, not 3.
Yeah, okay. That's what happened. So 50Flowers, we sell flowers exclusively for events. So if our main niche is the DIY bride, and you can, we give you a consultation, we help you put all of your wedding flowers together, we complement it with the supplies and some design classes, and your flowers arrive to you the week of your wedding, and you put your flowers together, which is easy, right? It's not that easy, but it's rewarding, should I say. And it's creating memories and more joys. Well, COVID, March 13th, I sat down with the team and said, #keep the lights on. What are we going to do? And I have to say that one of the most important lessons that I learned through that was to quiet the fear. Oh, fear is, it's a necessary,
There was a lot of fear. We were all terrified at so many different levels, right?
I think we're still dealing with fear. If we look at the historians, we're halfway through this pandemic. I know, we smile going, that's like we're quieting that, as James Dottie wrote in his book, Into the Magic Shop, that chatterbox that's in our brain, that is driven by fear. And it's, fear is a human emotion that can be healthy, but it also can really hurt and paralyze you.
So how did you quiet the fear regarding COVID? Well, that was pretty real.
Oh, it was real.
And it's real.
It's real. And it's real when you're looking at it, like our revenues dropped 35%. Which is a miracle that it was only 35%.
I was going to say that because if you're dealing with weddings, I can't tell you how many weddings that I know that were canceled.
I can probably tell you if you want to get down to the numbers. But, the very first thing that I did was stop and be very transparent with my team. And basically let them know that I have no idea what we're going to do.
Okay.
But what we're going to do is we're an incredible team.
Yeah.
There are smarter people in this room than we know. And we're going to sit down and we're going to figure this out together. And, when we get through this, who do we want to be? Where do we want to be? And how do we want to be? We went through those 3 steps. The second thing we did is we got rid of fear. We, instead of reacting, think about this. You're cooking.
Yeah.
And you go to grab a pot.
Yeah.
And it's hot.
Yeah.
What do? You knee-jerk react.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So no more of that. We are going to be very intentional and we are going to respond to COVID.
How did you do that in uncertainty, though? Because it's not like you knew COVID was going to goof up everything. But March 13th, 2020, in the management department at Kobe, we had our last faculty meeting.
Sure.
Right. And we were sitting around the table going, this feels kind of strange, because the announcement didn't come till 5 p.m. I think it was, that Boise State University was in essence going virtual.
Oh, yeah.
So nobody knew really what was going on. How did you figure out how to respond?
Well, the next step is I went to what I know.
Okay.
And I knew that when the Pichincha volcano erupted in Ecuador,
Okay.
which is a big deal for us because, at that time, there was 60% of our product flew in and out of that airport.
And when did this happen?
It was a while back, but mushroom cloud, I've seen it,
Okay.
and they're beautiful, and they are the ugliest thing when they fall on top of you.
Yes.
And it pollutes the air.
Yeah.
No airplanes coming out.
Yeah.
So we've been through this like, oh no, what are we going to do? Not as big as COVID. Not as big.
That was on the supply side versus the demand side, but still.
No, we couldn't get it out. We
Yeah.
couldn't get our product out. So we couldn't supply demand.
Oh, you're right. You couldn't do anything. Nothing was coming in, therefore nothing could go out.
Paralyzed.
Yeah.
There we were paralyzed. And, the very first thing is because of, just natural disasters and, delivering, we've kind of done our numbers. I think we're going to hit like 1 million events that we have delivered flowers to over the past 20 years.
Wow.
So we've got some serious expertise in getting the flowers from the farms to your arms.
Yeah.
Okay. So the very first thing we went to was, let's just go to what we know. First off, we're used to working remote down in Latin America. So up here, it's easy. Everyone has laptops. We run around our offices with laptops, so we can have impromptu meetings. So it was like, everyone go home, but we're connecting onto Zoom. So with our counterparts, we're used to working remotely.
Okay.
So that was the hurdle number one. Like, how are we going to stay together when we're not together?
Right.
Number two was, okay, we have all these orders booked. We need to pick up the phone and call these clients and say, we realize you're supposed to get married April 20th. However, it's not going to happen.
You were delivering the bad news? Wow.
We were delivering the bad news because we're really transparent.
Yeah.
And our customers are so important to us that we really, truly, you're not buying lawnmowers or, bulk almond milk.
Yeah.
You were buying flowers for your event and we're going to take care of you.
Yeah.
And it was a ride of a time. And lastly, everybody was on board.
Yes.
So, our programmers were making phone calls out. Where, and we're here, we call it our boardroom, our war room, especially after March 13th. And we're just going, okay, this is what we just learned. Let's implement it all the way through. So we set up channels of communication and we were there hands-on 100%, just talking it out with our clients, with our vendors. You flip into our vendors. Yeah. I don't know if you remember, there was a great picture that went viral. It was in the Dutch market of all of them throwing the paper, the flowers away. And it said, buy flowers, not toilet paper.
Yeah.
Well, that spawned our creativity to start a campaign that was #Save the Growers.
Oh.
And what we did is we significantly reduced our margins.
Okay.
Just to get flowers from the growers to your doorstep, out of the dumpster to your doorstep.
Yeah.
And that's how we were able to accelerate in different markets, not because events were canceled. We had to come up with a way to sell flowers.
Yeah.
And it goes back to, I know I can do it.
Yes.
And then the D of get rid is just go do it. Come up with a plan and do it.
So I'm going to push you a little bit.
Go.
What didn't work? Because this sounds awesome. Like it sounds, and I totally admire you. And we're here in Liza's office, obviously still surviving, doing great. So, however, I'm sure there are a few hiccups along the way. And if I were an aspiring entrepreneur, it's great to hear the good news, and we need that energy. But we also need to know that someone like you, might have gotten a few bruises from hitting the brick wall.
Oh no, I have so many gray hairs and wrinkles and like I've put on so much weight and I've sacrificed my personal, What didn't work
Yeah.
was all of it.
No, some of it worked.
I mean, no,
Maybe all of it
no,
didn't
but-
work to 100%. But
Well, first off, as a culture index, which is a way, it's a personality, it's not a personality test. It is a way of benchmarking and labeling your DNA as a person. I am a trailblazer.
Okay.
And as a trailblazer, I'm a perfectionist. And
Yeah.
I would say we did okay. We did not do great. We could have done so much better. However, those are opportunities to change, correct? One thing, let's see, what really didn't work? We did have to lay off people, furlough people, because no sales, and not just that, no direction. It was chaotic.
Yeah.
There was a lot of chaos throughout everything. So we did furlough.
So when did you, I'm going to go in there just for a bit, if that's okay.
Totally.
When did you decide to furlough them? And looking back now, we're not totally in hindsight, but we're at least further ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make the decision too early, too late, at the right time?
I would say, it was interesting. Just today I was talking to someone, if you could go back and change, what would you change? And I would say absolutely nothing.
Really?
Because it's gotten us to today.
I agree with
Now,
that.
if I could reflect back, I would have spent more time working on versus in. I really jumped into the weeds.
Okay, so this is the wonderful book. What's the book's name?
I know, exactly. I can't remember.
From Good to Great.
Oh, yeah, good to great.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's all talking about whether you're working in your business, like, are you putting the widgets together or, trying to order flowers or sell flowers, or are you working on your business, meaning stepping back and looking at it, looking at the process.
Exactly. And I spent way too much in the business.
And that would be the trailblazer that you mentioned, that
Exactly.
personality. You were out on the trail with your scythe cutting down.
Well, you know what? Actually, I don't like doing that. However, if I don't have anybody to do it, I will. I work 20-hour days.
Yeah.
And
I get the feeling you might elbow people out of the way just in case they were a bit too slow.
Oh yeah, that's part of the immaturity. That's like, those 10 mistakes I made. Oh yeah, I've run over people. And I apologize. I can recognize that, it's lead, follow, or get out of my way.
And get out of my way quickly.
Yeah.
I enjoy that so much. I think that's awesome. Okay, so working on your business instead of in. And I think that's a great message. So that's how you dealt with COVID. So what about a change that you've been able to make on your own? Just kind of like, I think maybe we should make a change, i.e. not driven by the world pandemic. Has there been anything like that? And what supported that?
Let's see. We really were in the process of creating a subscription brand.
Okay.
And that's Flower Effects.
Okay.
And we had started it and tinkered around with it, but not 100% like noodled down on this is what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that change was we accelerated into it was supposed to be Q4 that we were going to launch it. Yeah. And we launched it Mother's Day. 100% Mother's Day. And we took our revenue from, let's just say up 4,900%. A lot, which it was very small for Mother's Day.
I do, yeah.
Because we don't sell the arranged flowers. We sell, your bulk flowers for events.
Yes.
And so this took us from now, we're going to really be specific on and very intentional on this is when you open up a box, you need to smell the flowers and it needs to be beautiful. Versus when you receive bulk flowers, they're the way that a florist receives them.
Yes.
So
now, how did you decide to accelerate that? And how did you decide to go into that product line? I guess it's a product line.
The product line is easy.
Okay.
We have tons of happy customers and we don't have anything to market or give you back to have that amazing flower experience that you had with us. So now this is a monthly delivery or a weekly delivery that you can get in a bouquet. You can get just roses. You can get a DIY kit that we supplement with floral supplies.
Oh, so these are follow-on sales to your existing customers.
Exactly.
Increasing the lifetime value of the customer.
Recurring revenue. I know.
Yes, especially the subscription element.
The
You
subscription
can get people to keep paying.
Well, and enjoying, it's enjoying too.
Yes.
You know,
Of course.
flowers bring joy. They
Yeah.
reduce stress.
Yeah.
Who was not stressed during COVID?
Everybody.
Everybody. Yeah. Oh, we've got a lot of long-term effect of what COVID did to our human nature.
So keeping a positive topics.
Exactly.
I'll go down that ramble. I'm still going to push you though. How did you decide to do a Q3? And you said it was Mother's Day, so that kind of drove
Q2.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you? I'm still trying to see what happened in your brain to make you go, okay, now.
We didn't have sales. I had to get money in the door,
Okay.
and I couldn't sell you flowers for an event.
Okay.
And so we were selling you. We came together.
That's a great pivot. Yeah.
And we, I don't like the word pivot.
I know.
That's why we say we
It's
accelerate it.
overused.
It's so
Yes.
overused. It's
Yes.
lost its luster.
It has.
Yes. We also created programs like Creative in Quarantine. We knew that you were in your house with your kids and you had nothing to do. So let us put together, this is how you dye flowers. Or you're in your house with your loved one and you need some romance. We'll send you some red roses and some rose petals. And just let your imagination go with it.
And was this part of the subscription or were these separate packages?
These were separate marketing.
Oh my goodness.
Same flowers, just different marketing labels.
Excellent. That is so much fun. And is this your team as a whole that comes up with these ideas?
We sat and all of us were coming up with ideas, just throwing everything. Everyone you saw out there plus more.
Okay. Just going at it. What can we do?
What can we
work?
do?
How do you test the idea?
We don't. We just go with it. At that point, we were just running with it.
And if it sells, then
it sells.
And if it doesn't,
it just sits there. Remember, I have the beauty of I don't have inventory.
Yes.
We ship direct from the farm to the doorstep.
Yes.
Same flowers, just different purpose.
Yes.
Marketing purpose.
Yes. So you don't have to build I don't know.
Well, we do have to build all of the marketing support, like the video and the product pictures, and make sure we do some really rich SEO descriptions in there, and we have to put all the brain power behind it.
Yeah.
However, we didn't have to worry about, we don't have to worry about inventory.
Yes. It's not like yellow rubber duckies and purple ones sell better and you have to build them or anything.
Which is, there's a beautiful part of that. And there's also a very frustrating part of it. Dealing with, I have to say, if I could roll back, no, I would never change anything. And I actually wouldn't change. I would not change flowers. But flowers are a very difficult product to sell.
Sorry, it's not only the selling, but the inventory. It's just flowers to me. Restaurants fascinate me because the food goes bad. If you don't sell it, it goes bad. What do you do?
Well, and what we have with flowers is what we're experiencing right now. Everyone's there's a supply chain interruption. Yes. Well, we have a supply chain interruption because Mother Nature has decided to cool off or get too hot.
Yes.
We have the two extremes right now.
Yeah.
California. All of our field flowers just got burnt with too many over 100 days.
Yeah.
And then in Ecuador, it's freezing cold.
Really?
And then couple that with, it's COVID, rose plant, just stay there, don't do anything. Nope, it definitely affected the production of the flowers because we couldn't harvest.
We need sales, but we're having a problem finding product and customers. So other than that,
it's fine.
And we're just going to remove the fear and then
you get rid of the fear.
Rid of the fear.
You respond.
Okay.
You go with, I know, and then you come up with a plan and you do it.
Okay. Rid of the fear. Now I get it.
You get it, right?
I do.
And when you're I call it silly brain or chatterbox. When it is ignited, just go to, I need to get rid of the fear.
Yeah.
And that was my secret sauce.
Yeah.
That really got me through those dark days of COVID where you're looking at, I've never seen sales as low as they were.
Yeah. How are they doing now?
So what I love to say, you're going to love this one, Karen. Sleeping Beauty woke up to a rage party. And it's an opulent rage party. And she might run out of alcohol and get a little grumpy.
Really?
It
I
is-
would have thought you'd be seeing this. Because it's like during weddings, and then maybe not so many, and then they're back on, and then they're like just events as a
You know-
whole seem to be, I don't know.
I think human mankind
Yes.
it's going to be really hard to stop us again.
Yes.
And, you know, the risk versus reward.
Yes.
And I just believe that, and there are ways to have a safe wedding.
Yes.
You know, we just had one in-house.
Yeah.
One of our gals got married and
Yeah.
everyone had to have a negative test.
Yeah.
Before walking through the door.
Yeah.
And, you know, they pulled off 150 people event.
Wow.
without
Way
any-
to go.
Mhm.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yes.
One thing that I did want to get to,
Oh, I love it.
I know, I don't know if we have that much time, but maybe we can go over a little bit.
Okay.
How do you feel being a woman plays into this? I know this should be another half an hour chat. I apologize.
No, I think we could spend days talking about
Okay.
it. And it would be great to do it like quarterly because it's an evolving
Yes.
topic.
Yes.
You know, it is, you know, the diversity in our workspace is, you know, in our workplace is an evolving topic. And, you know, I wish I could say that there is no difference. You know, and I dream of that day and I hope for my daughters that they will have that day that there is no difference. However, and you would think flowers, it's a woman, like it's a creative, it's a beautiful, it's all about beauty. It's male dominated.
So I think I've been lucky enough, even though I've traditionally played in the high tech game, where there wasn't that much of a gender separation. And I'm older than you are. And
Only by a
somehow,
couple years.
we'll just go with that. Well, yeah, let them think I'm a generation older. Somehow I've been able to be either a little bit immune or I think just totally naive and ignorant. However, part of me thinks that because we're different, I don't necessarily like the male dominated part, but because we are not men, that can be a good thing too. It can be a strength.
It can be a strength. I mean, we definitely problem solve. We can switch tasks.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't want to get down to gender can do this, gender can do that,
Yes.
because I truly believe that it's just, you know, we as women,
Yes.
we have a lot to balance.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can leverage that fact.
Yes.
That, like, you know, we're women owned.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, you know, 50Flowers, Farm Exports, and Flower Effects are 100% women owned.
Awesome.
Yes, about to get our certification. It's a cantankerous. We're getting there.
That'll be another.
It's just taken 20 years. However, it is, you can leverage it toward yourself. You can also do exactly what you said. And I loved how you said it. I'm not even gonna, it doesn't matter. Male, female, let's just sell flowers.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. I think
Okay.
we're out of time.
We're out of time.
I know. We could
Man,
do
that
this
went by
forever.
so fast. I
It was
know.
so much fun. You're awesome.
We should start a podcast.
We
on
could do
women
it.
business,
Well,
entrepreneurs
you know,
and- yeah.
and we could also probably shameless plugging going on. The new Boise State University certificate in business creation is being offered, a 4-credit certificate for anyone, women, men, any gender
Oh,
identity.
Maybe we
become
should
an
go take
entrepreneur.
it. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
everyone.